Chijioke Agbasi, and I'm a full stack software engineer. And in this exhibition, I'm going to show you how a pop-up window is programmed. If you don't know what a pop-up is, a pop-up is a window that pops up on your screen when you click a button in your web application. And sometimes it's used to fill forms, sometimes it's used to show you a magnified view of an image or something. But yeah, that's what a pop-up is. And it's also called Modal in software engineering. And let's show you what a pop-up is. So this is a program that I have for an app that I've created for an app. The app is a to-do list app. And I'll show you the app real quick. Go live. Okay, so this is the app. And in the app, it has a add to do button where you can add, and you see the pop-up. This is what a pop-up is. You can add clean house. You can set a date. I just have a program for dates right now, particular time. Oh, let's see. And it gives you error validation. Say, please enter a valid date. This is all programmed into the pop-up. And you can hit create. You see that it's created a new to-do item called clean house. So that's what this app does. But I'm focusing on the pop-up window. How do you program a pop-up? So just understand that this pop-up is always there. Like it's just hidden when you click a button, and it's visible when you click another button. And after you put in your information, then you can hit the button create. But now it's deactivated as program, as a validation function. It's deactivated. But that's not what we are discussing today. We are just discussing how the pop-up is created. So let's go into the pop-up. To create this pop-up, there are 3 scripts involved. You have the JavaScript, you have the CSS, which is the styling sheet, and then you have the HTML, which is the markup. What do these do? I'll show you here. This is the CSS. Let's start with the CSS. The CSS has 2 classes here. It has multiple classes for other things we're not looking into. I just want to show you the basics of how to program a pop-up function. To do that, you have 2 classes. In this class called pop-up, it has the visibility hidden, and then you have the pop-up visible class here that has the visibility visible. Basically, you toggle these classes to pop up to make visible that page, that pop-up. That pop-up is always there as a web page, but it's styled to become visible through functions run in your JavaScript. And as I said, it's always there in your HTML markup, but the CSS class pop-up visible is pulled in to the markup, the HTML markup, to make the page visible using your JavaScript function. Okay, so think about it this way. My cup, I have a cup, okay? I have a cup, it's in my cupboard. It's always there. That's the markup. That's the HTML markup, basically. It's the HTML markup element is the cup. It's always there. And now I want to drink some water. I want my HTML page to pop up. That's the function. I want to drink some water. So what do I do to drink some water? I have to go into the cupboard and grab the cup, right? Open the cupboard, grab the cup. So these are functions that I'm performing. And who is performing it? Me. I'm performing it. So who am I in the programming sense? I'm the JavaScript. Okay? That's the way you write the function to open the cupboard and bring out a cup. Simple. So those are the 3 elements those are the 3 avenues or areas that I needed to create this markup, this pop-up function. So yeah, so for where the cup is in the cupboard, let's go to the Java to the index HTML. In the index HTML, this is where we write all the markup for how. Sorry, my camera glitched for a second. This is where we write all the markup for the web page and all the pages involved in the app. But particularly, we're looking at this section, this page section called the pop-up. So this is the HTML structure of the pop-up, where you see it has the division class pop-up. That's the page that actually pops up. That's that right here, division class pop-up. But yeah, but you have the page itself, which is the page itself that has its own different elements. Like here you have the simple to do, which is the heading up here, the title up here, simple to do. So, but let's focus on the pop-up, okay? So now this is where you have the pop-up class that I showed you earlier in the CSS file. You remember the CSS file? Let's just pull the CSS file close to the Java, so it shows the index HTML, the HTML file. The CSS file, I showed you that you have your pop-up class. That pop-up class is what is here. That's the pop-up class. So now to make visible that pop-up page or division, I have to pull in this pop-up visible. And how do you pull it on? Let's see how it's pulled in. Let's see the actual action of it getting pulled in. To do that, we're going to go to the page and go to DevTools. DevTools will show you, this is the page right here. It's just, my screen is kind of, yeah. So in DevTools, we know that we can actually see the HTML markup or DOM, document model. We can see the DOM, and here we see the page element, which is this element, and to get to the pop-up, you have to dig. Pop-up is under a division class, a division element. And pop-up. Let's take this down. So pop-up. Yeah, here we go. That's pop-up right here. So the pop-up element, pop-up class, and this is the division element. And when we click, what's going to happen is that you're going to see that pop-up visible CSS class right here get introduced here. You're going to see it get introduced here when I click the button. You see it? It comes up, and that's what creates the pop-up, to make the pop-up visible. Okay? Pop-up visible class was added to the class list. Here you have the initial class, which is the pop-up, and then you have the modifier, which is to make it visible, make pop-up visible. So as I told you, my pop-up is always there. That's my cup is always in the cupboard, right? That's in the markup, the HTML markup. It's always there, pop-up as a class. But to make it visible, I have to, toggle that. I have to go into the cupboard and grab the cup and pull out the cup. What is doing that is JavaScript. So let's see the JavaScript. The JavaScript program script for that. And here we can see this is what does that operation. Basically, the open modal, which is basically open pop-up. Modal is pop-up is aka modal, and you have the pop-up visible class. It's added to the class list modal. Okay, and this modal is the add to do pop-up constant or constant or variable that was defined. earlier. Like it's basically we define the add to do pop-up as this element, this element in our markup. Division class pop-up is this class pop-up is this constant add to do pop-up. So I want to make you understand what the JavaScript function that is actually driving this pop-up is called an event listener. An event listener listens to the mouse click to it listens to the mouse click and see if I can scroll. There we go. There we go. It listens to the mouse click. When you click the button, it responds. So how does it respond? The add event listener as a JavaScript function takes two parameters. It takes three actually, but here we just need two. The first parameter is the type of event, which is in this case the click of a mouse. Then the second parameter is the handle, like what do you want it to do when that event occurs. That's this function that we are calling. We are calling the open modal function that introduces the pop-up visible into this class list, basically introduces it into this class list that I showed you earlier. That happens when I click it, the button, you see it's introduced there. So it introduces it on the click. The pop-up visible class is introduced to the class list. As you see, the class list is a function as well that takes in that allows you to use a method add or remove in JavaScript. You can add the pop-up visibility class, which makes you see the pop-up, and then you can remove the pop-up visibility class, which makes you close the pop-up. Basically, you don't see the pop-up anymore. So that is how you program a pop-up. Basically, you have those three scripting platforms you use: JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. And what does JavaScript do? JavaScript is the human being that says is the function, the object-oriented programming language that tells the object itself, which is in this case is a pop-up element or page or window here. This element here, this is a division. Is it basically a division in this case, and it's just a segment of your page that it's has its own place in your markup, in your HTML markup, and you want that position of it to be visible on your web page. So to make it visible, you have to add a class, and this class is done in a different segment of programming called CSS. And the CSS, you put in basically your styles. You put it, CSS is where you put in like the positioning of the width of the window, the breadth, and all that, the position of the window, the amount of padding, margin, basically how the style of the window, like the text styles, font styles, and all that, the visibility as well. In this case, that's what we are mostly concerned about. And for a pop-up here is the visibility attribute in this class is what CSS helps you to do here. It allows you to make visible the page as well as make it hidden. So that's so those are the three avenues for that you need to create a pop-up function. I hope you understood. If you have any questions, you can leave me your questions in the chat below. I'll be happy to answer them. And I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll be making more videos like this, and I hope you can follow me and add to the knowledge. And I look forward to see you next time. Thanks for watching. Confirm.